Hello folks, Ram Ramji. This is an interesting one. It will come in two parts. One is this the controversy, mosque and the survey. And the other is, why did that Adani thing begin now, at this particular point in time? Anyway, think about it. We'll try and cover both of these today. Now, what is the name of this particular mosque? Sambhal? Why is it suddenly so much in the news? Well, first you've got Mr. Akhilesh Yadav wanting to go there. Now you have Rahul Gandhi wanting to go there with full fanfare, fan following and so on, and Priyanka Gandhi as well. And they claim it is their constitutional duty that is being denied when they stop from going there. I think any person with any sense of responsibility or even an iota of intelligence will understand that you do not go into a disturbed area, especially when Section 144 has been placed on that area. Nobody goes in or out, especially not any outsider. Why are you so hell-bent on ensuring that the UP police and the state authorities cannot bring the situation under control? And when it begins to come under control, why do you want it to flare up again? I mean, this is cheap political mileage. Very cheap. Why are they trying to do it? For instance, okay, let's go into this thing. A survey team, under orders from the Supreme Court of India, goes in there, does one round of survey. When it goes back a second time, why is it attacked? Why does a mob gather? Who brings the mob there? And then they start throwing stones at the police. They start using country-made pistols to fire at the police. Now when you do that, the police are going to retaliate. They're not going to take all this lying down. No. They have a job to do, and they're going to do it. If you start firing at them, remember, there will be consequences. Yes, people will get injured. Yes, the odd one will get killed. But you have asked for it. So when you ask for a kick in the teeth and someone gives you one, why should you get so upset? And why should the opposition get so het up about it? Oh, going in to hold the hands of these relatives. Why? Why so late? Why did you allow it to happen in the first place with your inflammatory remarks? Now, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, you keep talking about constitutional duty. I wonder, have you ever had a look inside that constitution book you keep waving? I don't think you have. Unless it is the same as the one you circulated to your Congress people in that rally in Maharashtra. When somebody opened it, it was blank. That means there is no constitution except what you say is the constitution. From what I've been led to understand, the leader of the opposition, or LOP as you keep calling yourself, is not a constitutionally recognized position or body. It is not. So how do you claim constitutional duty? Surely as a member of parliament, your first job is to attend parliament when it is in session. Are you doing so? No. You're wasting your time here and you're blocking up the expressway. How many people suffer because of you? Is that your parliamentary duty? Is that why you were elected? Plus, as a member of the parliament, what is your other duty? You're there to ensure, along with the government, that parliament conducts business in a civilized way. Are you doing that? No. And you talk about constitutional duty? I mean, you have a pretty warped, I wouldn't even call it sense of humor. Because if you may think it's funny, I for one am not amused. No. Not even a little e. Even that's too much. Grow up, Mr. Gandhi. And if you expect me or other people to teach you at this age, do it on your own. Not on taxpayers' salary, which you keep drawing on from Parliament. That is not what you were elected to do. If you haven't understood that, please go back to UK or wherever you wish to live. This is not the place for you. Now we go back to the mosque itself. Why was the survey team attacked? The survey team was given until the 29th of November to complete their survey. Or was it 24th? So why were they attacked on the 20th? It didn't say, the court order did not say how many times they can go there and how many times they can visit there. They finished one survey on the 19th. There's more to do. They wanted to go and complete the job. They weren't allowed to do so. Why? Now, when you attack the police, as I said, prepare for consequences. The mob was infuriated. They collected stones which they threw at the police. Where did they pick up those stones? The wall just behind the mosque. What were all those stones doing there? Who piled them up there for people to use? Now, come on. Which means it was all pre-planned. To create something nasty. And it's done it. As if Muslims are being targeted. They're not. It is Muslims who are targeting non-Muslims. Let's get that straight. Now we come to something else. You keep saying children were killed. What were they doing in that demonstration? Why were you using children as a human shield in front? Did you think they could not be prosecuted? Therefore, they'll get them to do whatever they want? Now here's something else. All the press and the opposition people keep throwing the Places of Worship Act at us. First, let them get a few things clear. Are these mosques or temples or temple grounds and so on, do they come under the places, purely as places of worship? Or do they come under the ASI, that's the Archaeological Survey of India? Now here's something which few of us are told. Nobody tells us this. If something comes under the ASI, that is the Archaeological Survey of India, it cannot come under the Places of Worship Act. i.e., if it comes under the purview of the ASI, automatically it goes out of the purview of the Places of Worship Act 1991. So you cannot use that as an excuse, especially if this particular mosque comes under the ASI. The ASI have every right to go there whenever they please. And it isn't as if they were trying to dig the place up. They weren't. They were using modern instruments to do the same thing. So why were they attacked? Who instigated that attack? You keep blaming a man called some Virender Jain. Now he's one of the group of party which is conducting that survey. Why should he not be there? However, an SP, meaning SP political party, MP, a member of parliament that is, and an MLA were also there. Why? They had no business being there. So why were they there? Were they instigating this mob? Did they arrange to have this mob brought there? And then having done it, now you blame the police and UP state authorities for doing this. I mean, it's ridiculous. This is the good old CIA false flag. You do something, no, he did it, no, he did it, no, they did it. And whenever, the moment they start this off, I suspect that they themselves are behind it. Let's get this straight. There's a whole lot of skullduggery going on with the SP and the Congress parties involved. Why are they going there now, knowing that Section 44 has been imposed there? And knowing that nobody is supposed to go there from outside until the state authorities calm everything down and bring things down to normal. It takes time to cool off. So why are you beginning to instigate things all over again, instead of attending to what you should be doing, attending Parliament and Parliament sessions, and helping to ensure that they run smoothly, in a civilized manner? I mean, we are supposed to be a civilized country, are we not? So, do we have to teach you, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, what you should be doing and what you should not be doing? If so, why are you being paid for out of my tax money? I'm sorry. I object to that very strongly. My tax money is not there for you to waste. And if Parliament doesn't function for one day, how many crores are wasted? Let's get that straight. Why are you wasting all our resources? Why are you trying to ensure that no business gets done? No laws are corrected or passed? I know you don't want that Waqf Board or Waqf Act 1995 to be amended, but it's something that must be amended. And it has to be done quickly. Too many people are suffering as a result. And it's about time all this rubbish stopped. Kindly do not impose Sharia law on our country. We're not interested in it. You want Sharia law? There are 56 other countries. Please go there. You don't belong here. In any case, I don't think you are even an Indian citizen, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, from what we hear. And dual citizenship is just not permissible, not in this country, especially not as a member of Parliament. So please, let's get a few things straight in our minds. What is the duty of a parliamentary or a parliamentarian? Is he supposed to be making life miserable for the general public by blocking off things like the Meerut Highway or Expressway? No. He's supposed to be in Parliament attending to parliamentary matters. Why? Because Parliament is in session at the moment. Now we come to the other half of this little winding up session. Why was this particular indictment on Adani in New York County Court? Why at this particular moment? Well, Bangladesh is already in turmoil. We know why, and we know who. It can be put down to two momentous events. One, the production and release of a certain movie in India, the Sabarmati Express. You remember last year, I had mentioned this in the, when I spoke about the BBC documentary on Godhra or Gujarat riots of 2002. Nobody had mentioned up to that point what caused those riots? What sparked them off? This movie does precisely that. You remember, I had mentioned there it sparked off because a mob of Muslims got together, stopped a train, the Sabarmati Express, which is then a superfast train between Delhi and Ahmedabad via Vadodara. 4 or 5 of their coaches were literally sealed off. Nobody could get out. And then they were torched. 59 people died. They were burnt alive. I remember that. Burnt alive. Not a nice way to go. 20 women, 27 children, and the rest adults. Almost all Hindus, volunteers going back after doing Kar Seva at Ayodhya, the Ram temple. That is what sparked off that entire episode. It also brings out one other thing. Mr. Modi, as Chief Minister of Gujarat at the time, knew he didn't have enough police personnel to quell those riots. He asked Maharashtra government, he asked Madhya Pradesh government for help with police personnel. Both of them turned it down. Why? They were both Congress-ruled states. And then you keep blaming Mr. Modi? What about those who burnt or torched that particular train? How many of them have ever been brought to book? Those are the people who should have been given the death penalty and hanged. For crimes of this nature, I don't have any mercy for such people. This was one. The whole truth comes out. There is no further argument about Gujarat riots 2002. That's been knocked on the head totally. And the other big event that happened, Donald Trump won the American presidential election, which is something which was a bit of a shock to them. They didn't expect it, yet it happened. So, the Adani episode comes up so that Rahul Gandhi keeps saying Adani should be arrested. This is to bring him up into the news. Bring him to the people, notice of the people of India. That, this guy is such a wonderful guy. He says Adani should be punished. He should be arrested on mere allegation in a foreign country. Maybe somebody should remind Mr. Rahul Gandhi about his own situation. He's out on bail in the National Herald scam. He's also waiting to serve a 2-year prison sentence. When is he going to do that? I mean, does he have Alzheimer's or is it just selective amnesia? That he doesn't remember such details. He's supposed to be in prison. What is he doing outside? When is the Supreme Court going to enforce that prison term? Because he is a habitual offender. In whatever he does, he keeps repeating the same mistakes. He keeps breaking the law time and time and time again. He seems to think he's above the law. Maybe it's about time he found out he is not above the law. If other people have to pay the penalty, so must he. In case he's forgotten, his grandmother took away all the privileges of all the Maharajas and their families. He's not a Maharaja, or at least he shouldn't be, unless he claims to be a political Maharaja, which I doubt. So, please, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, grow up, behave yourself. You're under a prison sentence, serve it. You owe that much to the public of India, or the people of India. And cut out all this nonsense. The opposition parties have also made a big hoo-ha about What is the Modi government doing for Bangladeshi Hindus? Yes, they're being persecuted. Why is the opposition going after Mr. Modi for this? In case you've forgotten, again, is it Alzheimer's or selective amnesia? Have you forgotten that the Modi government, about 4 years ago, brought in something called the CAA and the National, Register for Citizens Register, for exactly this purpose, so that Hindus from Bangladesh could come across. And the opposition created all sorts of disturbances to put it on hold. Now when the government does something, you stop it. And then you say, the government is doing nothing. There's something wrong with you somewhere. Maybe you don't understand what you're supposed to be doing. And if we have to teach you, please get out of there first. Stop wasting my tax money. I've worked hard a long time in this country. And when I pay taxes, I don't want them to be wasted on people such as yourselves, especially all you opposition people, who ensure that no works can ever get done, because you don't want it to be done. All the opposition is behaving is like, you remember years ago, the Sardarji and his basket full of crabs. Left them open at the airport. And when somebody pointed this out, he said, don't worry, they're Indian crabs. They're well trained. If one looks like getting out, the other will drag him back inside. This is exactly what the opposition is doing. The whole country wants to move forward, and these guys are just dragging us backwards, back into the little basket. Grow up, gentlemen. Let India progress and go forward. You owe us that much. We don't owe you. You owe us. You're living off our tax money, not your own. You're wasting my tax money. I don't like that. And I hope all you folks who are listening, I hope you take action on this too. And I don't mean the ludicrous form of opposition action. I mean legal action. Whatever other action necessary that needs to be taken, do so. Bring them back from this stupidity that they've embarked on. Please, make them grow up. The choice is yours. And the matter is in your hands. Whenever there is an election, think about who you vote for. These monsters who drag us backwards into the little basket, or the present government which is trying to take us forward. As I said, the choice is yours. Whomsoever you elect, it's up to you. Don't blame anybody else afterwards. It's your own fault. Well, folks, thank you. Have a nice time. And see you next time. If you can spread this to others, please do. The more people that see this, the better. See you next time.